I still look fat on the previous picture.
Oh, shut up.
It's just the positioning that is ugly. Hey guys, this is Laurie.
And this is Bryony.
And today we're going to get back to one of your questions, which was...
how do I stay on track whilst eating out? We're going to take you through a few points. Point number one being...
try to know where you're going. So if you're the one who's booking the restaurant, then you could just book something. You're definitely going to find something on that menu that fits my macros. And if someone else is booking it, you can just ask the person, okay, well, just want to know where we're going. And then have a look at the menu prior to going. Try to select the option that fits your macros and is going to help you to achieve your goal, basically. Also something that is not too hard to track, because often when you go to the restaurant, there's lasagnas and stuff like this, very, very hard to track, because when it arrives on your table, it's already mixed out.
what would you do if you had that? Because I bet there's loads of girls out there going, I want to eat
if
that.
If it's like lasagna or something that is in a recipe, I wouldn't try to break it down. I would just straight away take a look at MyFitnessPal and see if I can find something that looks pretty coherent. Lasagna, yeah, one piece.
Yeah, Google it or something. Try and get like an educated guess and then opt for that one.
100%. And if you do go for that option, you would have to over-track just to make sure that whatever you write in your tracker is right. But as a little tip, try to pick something on the menu that is easy to track, as in a piece of meat with a baked potato and some veggies on the side. It's super easy to break down and to track.
Yeah.
And opt for foods that are baked as opposed to fried. That's going to allow you to save a lot of calories as well.
100%.
Point number 2B.
Ideally, you want to try and pre-plan as much as possible. So if you can, that would be awesome. And then you're going to input that day or that meal and then work backwards. So instead of putting in like your breakfast, lunch and working through like start to finish like you normally would, we would get you to go for that higher calorie meal, which generally it's going to be if you're eating out first, making sure that you have that kind of meal, that option that you would like in first and foremost, and then you work backwards and then aim to hit your protein intake for the day ideally. Otherwise, you're just going to aim for calories. But ideally, protein and calories is what you would opt for.
100%. So if you really fancy a pizza, you're not going to go to that pizza restaurant and be like, oh, I can't eat that pizza because throughout the day I already had too much food, so it's not going to fit. So put that pizza in.
Oh my God, that's like the worst thing.
I don't think I would go to a pizza restaurant and not eat the pizza, you know. Put that pizza in your tracker, and then chances are that it's going to be high fat, high carbs, very, very low in protein, which means that for the rest of the day, make sure they eat enough protein to compensate.
There you go. Point number 3.
Don't be scared of going above your calories for that day, because we always work with a weekly goal. Meaning that if you really want to have a pizza and you know that it's not going to fit your calories, then it's fine. Budget throughout the week. Let's say your calories are on 1,500. Try to spare 200 calories per day in order to have all this money, all these calories that you could have on that Saturday night. And don't be scared if the day after you wake up and body weight jumps back up. You did not put on a kilo of fat because of that pizza. It's probably due to the fact that you ate more carbs, saltier, you ate out. It's not usual types of food. And because you work with your weekly average, if you did not manage to save enough calories throughout the week, you can still deduct them the day after in order to make sure that in the end of the week, you're good.
Yeah.
And last point, B.
Ask for dressings on the side. So we know when we go out that it's so much nicer to eat out in terms of like it's yummy, it's tasty, and you're probably thinking, but it's so good. Why? Well, it's because they add a shit ton of oil, dressings, lots of sauces. Basically, the chefs just want to make sure you have a great meal, and they don't really care about your calories and your macros.
They want you to come back.
And your goal. And so that's the other thing. They tend to be like highly palatable foods as well, so you want more of it. So we want to try and control what we can. So asking for dressings on the side. So if that's like salad dressings even, sometimes you go for the healthier option. I'm not going to go for the pizza, I'm going to go for the salad because it's lower calorie and whatnot, but sometimes it can actually be a lot more. So you may as well just go for the food that you actually enjoy, and then just make that educated food choice and ask for dressings on the side, so then you can control how much you are putting on. And sauces as well. So if you're having a burger and they've got extra sauce inside, like you can almost being in control of how much you are having. And that's an easy way to save yourself a couple of 100 calories for sure.
And same thing, if you sometimes go out for breakfast, I'm gonna have an omelette because I know that it's high in protein. What you could do is to ask for dairy-free, because I worked in a cafe and I know that whenever they do omelettes, in order to make them creamy and yummy, they actually add milk and cream into the mixture, which you can't really see. Chances are that you're not even going to track it because you don't really know that it's there. So ask for dairy-free omelettes, and then they would obviously get rid of butter, milk, and cream.
But at the same time, you want to go out and enjoy yourself. So you just know there's like a cost, but at the same time, it's making an educated guess. Try not to attach any feeling of guilt. If you've gone in prepared, the likelihood is that you are therefore going to feel a bit better about the situation. It's normally when we're like, haven't got any organization or preparations prior to the meals out, and then it's kind of like, oh, shock horror, like what do we do? But now you can actually go into it being prepared and feeling like you've got control of the situation and enjoy the meal, be with friends, be with family, like take that moment. Because when it comes to dieting, in order to actually get the results, it needs to be sustainable. So going out and having those moments, if that allows you to stay on track, you want to be factoring those in. You don't want it to be an all or nothing kind of mindset. That's why we have this whole 80% whole foods, 20% soul foods. So it's sustainable and something that you can maintain long term.
As coaches, I think that it's important to let you know, guys, that we don't expect you to be perfect. We don't expect you to bring your scale to the restaurant. We don't expect you to bring your own sauce to the restaurant. We don't expect you to bring your whole container with your own food,
your meal prep,
to the restaurant. If you're prepping, different story. If you're dieting, we don't expect you to be 100% perfect. It's just about being mindful, making smart choices, and also be realistic when you track your calories, because if you eat a piece of meat, you don't just track the meat. They've cooked it with oils, for sure. Over track your calories just to make sure that in the end of the week, you're actually close to something that is accurate-ish.
And on that note, we are done. Yep. I love how you're going in with a double.
There you go.
Oh, my feet. Sweet. Oh my God, my ankles.
Oh my God, my feet.
I feel like it's like a good mobility exercise there.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, that probably doesn't affect you because you're like Miss Gymnast, does it?